Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. I was going to do a reading for air signs, minding my business, doing the little things, that I do during the nighttime for those who know. And then an energy caught me. I know I have to do fire signs now. Your energy, King, your energy, Queen of Wands, listening to me is very vital. So let me take a second to address, who I will be calling, the thumbs down bitch. I'm not the one that you want to be messing with, I don't even know how to argue in English because it's been like over 10 years. Quite frankly, I don't play those little games here. You come to my channel and it's been months, and I actually think I know who you are, and you systematically thumb down every little thing that I do. My question is, what the fuck are you doing on my channel? So let me tell you this thing here. I don't know how long you thought it was going to go, but it ends tonight. You don't know me. You don't know me. I'm a black woman. I am an African. I was not going to let you just treat me any kind of way. Let me tell you, every time you click on my channel, you won't even get to the thumb down button. Every time you click on my channel, you are going to be cursed. There's no taking my knowledge for you. There's no messages on my channel for you. Every time you click on one of my readings, you're going to get cursed, and you better believe me. So let's go on. I'm telling you, perfect timing for fire energy. Think you see that? You think you can play with me? Please, Think I'm a joke. You see that? You think I'm a joke or something, man. Fuck you and your little thumb down too, The fuck? Let me go on. I will take like 39 cards from this deck here, and then you will get messages with other signs on this deck here, and then I will use like all the other decks, to just get one card out of each. So, bear with me as I count to 39 just to cool down, but thank God. You see, that's my card. I know I gotta tell you these things. Thank God, he's got a miracle for bitches like you. Praise the Lord. He's got the cure for girls like you. So, 39. So I wanted to do that, on screen so that you would see that I'm not like pulling out like, meaningful cards for you. So let's start. Fire sign, DM, DFs, and actually anybody that's a fire sign. Don't let your past, excuse me, hold you back, fire signs. I need another one because that there is like a little too global. And communication is key, fire signs. So I need messages for you. Yeah. Okay. Let's start for fire signs in 2021. Definitely let your past, behind you. Leave the past behind you. You can see it like, this card here is really strong to begin reading, It's like these type of energies, they come like slowly in other readings, but this is really strong. It's like either a separation is needed from a karmic, actually like a clear-cut separation from your divine counterpart, or just like leave negativity behind. Definitely leave it behind, you know. The message is really clear. Do you want this victory? You got to let go. This here is like letting go, but to that 10 of swords is like completely letting it go. And believe me, it has to do with stuff from the past. This here is a funny message, but it will speak to some of you. It's like just for some of you, the simple facts of like certain things that people said to you in the past, it can date back to your childhood. Believe me, this is not the 10 of Wands because you got to let go of it actually, but some of you have been carrying this energy, you know, of what people said to you and things like that for a long time for some of you. And if that's not the case, you're dealing with pure negativity, and that's the thing that you have to let go of if you want this victory. And I hope that you heard me, but you need like a change. And this one here is definite too. I can tell you something, for most fire signs, the way that it has been in 2020 cannot repeat itself, is what I'm seeing here. If you want something for yourself, let me go on. This here I will take for the masculine, though I can feel the feminine energy here. Sometimes it's different, you know, but I feel mostly feminine and masculine energy here all together. Do you understand that you can really be your own boss, your own everything? Do you understand that you can literally only depend on yourself, you know, and you would still have this victory here? Besides like standing your ground this year, and it can be to your divine partner. And if nothing else, stand your ground, you know, with the picture of this victory here in mind. Leave the past behind, and believe me, this here is the idea of self-love to me, people, to be a class act, like enough to just walk away from this situation that I can see here for some of you, that you've been holding on to like so much that the universe is telling you if you don't cut it off, nothing good is going to come for you, because this victory would actually be in reverse. You know, instead work on yourself, work on your money, work on your body, on your health, and all of these things, you know, is what you got to do. And this message is even more geared towards the feminine energy, though I can feel masculine energies here too. But you know, your interests, your body, your money, your finances and things like that, that's exactly what you're going to have to focus on, literally, and show how much you care for yourself, you know, in like a decision to walk away, or if nothing, you know, to stand for yourself and be classy about this thing here. So Queen of Wands, Kings of Wands, you know, is very simple. You have no problem delivering messages, you know. It's just the class that you're going to have to like inject into it. There are ways to communicate with people, because you would know, you would see like which one is next in line. Some of you just too explosive or don't know how to talk, you know. Just be classy in 2021 and work on your money, on your health, your body. Oh, I'm so sorry, people. I am so sorry. Which one was that? Maybe I have to pay attention to it. You know, to that tower. I don't know what's going on, but it's like energies. When I see this reading or watch it, I will, you know, pay attention to the card that I just saw, because I know it was for me. Let me go on. Do you see that energy when I'm telling you that, like, you know, 2021 is going to be the year of the lover? This is a clear, you know, binary yes. And you can see that Two of Cups to the Lover's energy, to the Magician, people. No matter, I mean, no wonder why all these wands, you know, the Queen of Wands, the Union card, and the King of Wands came out, you know. Yeah, I can feel it literally in the air for some of you. This year is going to be a year full of sensuality, sexuality. If you allow it, it will be. And that's all I'll have to say. Even to this Six of Wands here, yeah, you better believe your girl. Magic literally happening, you know, between the sheets here for fire sign. This is good energy. I can see fire signs, and I will explain why to you. Is because at the end of the day, you are the ones with the straight, you know, connection to the divine. That fire within you is literally what, like, the spark that brings all of us. You can see it in this energy here, and even to the magician. You're the ones who bring us down to this earth. It's thanks to your energy that life goes on, you know. What I can tell you is because of your connection to the divine. You don't need cards, you don't need anything. All you have to do, fire signs, is to be like a testimony of God's grace and glory. That's all you ever have to do, you know. Well, I can see literally most of you walking in the right direction, the ones that are listening to me and doing just what you are supposed to do. You're on the right path, you know, fire signs. I can see it here. And it's literally like all of you listening to me. Just keep on doing what you do because it's working for you. Didn't I tell you about that 10 of Wands energy? Do you see that? It's the same thing. I told you at the beginning. You gotta put an end to this thing. That's why it was not a 10 of Wands, you know. But I'm telling you, the message is the same. You've been carrying this load, or like this, I don't know what it is, but you would know in your own, like, you know, personal situations. You gotta let it go for 2021. It cannot be the way that it used to be for you. Yeah, you gotta let go of the past. For you is very specific, you know. It's not even like, you know, closing a cycle or anything. This here is like you let your past and past experiences, you know, dictate a little bit too much who you are today. And I hope that you caught the message because it's very clear to me. This here is about the way that you've built yourself as well to me. Either traumas, you know, like disappointments from the past, you know, like the wrong type of, you know, coping mechanism that you put in place, you know, to protect yourself. Fire sign do that a lot, you know. People mistake, you know, their energy for raw, whatever it is, you know, but at the end of the day, a fire sign is defending itself, you know. Like that fire from not like being extinguished. Sorry, that's the word, sorry. It needs to keep the fire alive, you know. So anything that's threatening it, you know, is going to bring about something that's not quite it, you know. I can see the sum of those type of things onto you and you having to let go of it. Do you see that? An offer from your counterpart is coming. And that's that. And I know that you're here somewhere, DFs. So this here is an offer from your counterpart, is how I felt it, you know. And for you, this offer is going to close a cycle. And I'm telling you something, this offer is coming for a lot of people who've been waiting to be in this lover's energy for a long time, you know, doing their divine work is going to pay off. But I wanted to say an offer from your divine counterpart is coming, and mostly from your divine masculine, because I know that maybe you're not, sorry, because I cut the deck, but from your counterparts and from your divine masculine mainly, an offer is coming. Whether it be communication or like, you know, this here, he waited to give it to you for a long time, a very long time for some of you. This offer is serious, you know. Do Do you see this King of Wands here? Your divine counterpart? Believe me, the message is so clear here. Is saying to me, you know, I was a fool and I regret lying to you, or the way that I treated you, or my deceptive ways, you know. Yeah, that's what your person is telling you. Lets me know, you know, a lot of fire signs have been treated like really, really unfairly by their counterparts. Because that's the hell of an energy, you know, under your counterpart. A fool for the way that he treated you, the lies that he has told you. You know, to these two here, those the type of lies, you know, the only person not knowing that you're lying is yourself. You know, it's like blatant, you say in English, so much so that you're looking at him like, you know, you must really think I'm stupid. Those type of lies for some of you. Oh, I'm sorry. But I can see this card here. Those type of lies for some of you, the type of things that hurts you, you know, you feminine, or like the counterpart, that really gets through you. And I will tell you why. It's because this here is like, you know, this is the kind of man that can embarrass you basically with his behavior. And you guys are just like by yourselves, just you and him, but his behavior is so low that you're like, you know, really, am I really in love with this type of person here? Yes, you are. This may very well be your counterpart. He's acknowledging in spirit that his attitude was totally messed up. And since, you know, sorry, the thumbs down bitch got me talking today a little bit. This ain't shit, you know, type of man. This guy here ain't shit, but he's your divine counterpart, people. Yeah, you see the heartbreak he's inflicted you. Yeah, all that pain, I can see it here, you know. This is crazy. Some of you have really been through it, you know, which is why this Ten of Swords is here. He's really took you down. He took you down with him, and I'll tell you why. It's just because of what I just said, you know. Your person is nothing. To go back to myself, you know. Your person is nothing, you know, to remember. He's hurt you immensely for some of you, just because of the things that he did to you. But believe me, people, he regrets what he did. He regrets it. Doesn't change what he did, but he regrets it. And I'll tell you something, you gotta change your perception of what he did to you. And even, believe me, people, it's about some of the things that this guy has told you. Either like criticizing you, selling you a dream or something. That's exactly what he did, you know. Putting you down like verbally, you know, and so much more. A lot of lies involved too, people. Your pain is being acknowledged here, people. We know, or I know, that it was not easy for you last year, you know. But don't worry, loves, it's over. Or it can be if you allow it to happen. You see your strength here, believe me. Ooh, your strength, people, for the true fire signs listening to me, is the fact that you're connected to the divine, to God, to the creator, to the universe, however you want to name it. You know, you've tapped into your energy last year. You did, for some of you. Believe me, you did. For some of you, I wish I could be you right now. Do you see this card here? Is like every time you're conflicted about anything, people, go back to the creator. Feel the creator, communicate with the creator, because at the end of the day, that will always be your source of strength. I keep telling you about these fire signs, you know. Show you make me feel like I wished I was a fire sign, because I love, you know, the creator, and I wonder sometimes like how it would have been between him or it and me if I was a fire sign. You know, I'd probably be a nun or something. This here is funny, you know, because there's so many ways, like, I mean, yeah, so many ways I can read this here, but there is one that I choose in particular, you know. This here a little bit like when you feel like it's too crowded around you, or like, you know, people want too much of you or expect too much of you. Believe me, fire signs, to that Ace of Wands and even the Strength, you know, followed by the Hermit here. Just find to that quiet place, you know. And believe me when I tell you, the way you communicate and like have that little bit of like, you know, cool or like tempered element to you. You can even see the Hermit energy here. It's not about spending time by yourself. Mind you, you're never by yourself. You're always with God, you know, if you're a true fire sign. But it's more like find back to that quiet place inside when you feel like people are like asking or demanding too much from you. And I'll tell you what it will do for you. It will limitate, you know, these outbursts, you know, that you will find yourself having at times, or like this passion or like this rage or whatsoever that you may be finding within you. Believe me, find back to your breath, you know. Like this here is a little bit like quiet time, even in the midst, you know, of adversity, or when people, you know, ask too much of you, you know. I hope you caught the message. I'll tell you what this is like, you know, little moments. Like it's a little bit like a technique, you know, like a focal type of, you know, technique, where you just like every time it gets to be too much for you, you may do that in less than 5 seconds if you have to. It's like you go back to self, you breathe, you know, in all the stuff that you're feeling, you breathe out, and you're like, you know, I'm here, I'm myself now. That's a little bit of how it goes, people. Let me go on. I can tell you something. Somebody from your past is returning in form of a chaser towards you. And for some fire signs, it may very well, you know, have to do with air energy, people. Or even cups. Here I can see it, you know. Somebody from the past definitely returning to you in the form, and I have to keep it for what I see, in the form of either a king of air or a queen of cups. In the form of a chaser. This person is coming to spend time with you, and if that's not their intention, this is what you're advised to do as you know, start things anew with that person. I can even see it here to that spark. Beware of the sexual energy when your person returns. For some of you, you are advised to start this new cycle with them, you know, just being in the Two of Cups energy. And I will show you why, people. Do you remember the guy that's not like it? Where is he again? To that Five of Cups. I hope you remember. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit lost with my cards here, but that's alright. One is missing. I don't have it in mind, but that's okay. You remember the guy who told you he's nothing, he hurt you, he's lied to you? Do you remember the way that he made you feel? Just like that, people. You know, cut it off. Yeah, that was the card in the middle I'm missing. Oh yeah. The Fool card. Remember the idiot, you know, that did all these things to you and even embarrassed you? You remember the way he made you feel last year or in the past or whatsoever? That hurt energy, leaving you by yourself all the time? You better be in this Two of Cups, I mean Pentacles, with him when he returns and nothing more. Otherwise your pain would have been in vain, people. You gotta have limits to this person and keep your feelings like in check, and especially your sexuality in check too, because you will tend to fall easily for this person. It's not for nothing that, you know, a little bit spirit is advising you. Keep it platonic until you're sure of this person's intentions, you know. Otherwise you're going to go back to the energy he's like used to making you feel like. And I hope that you heard me. Yeah, I can tell you, when you're building this thing together, believe me, you will be conflicted about the sexual energy that I'm talking about. It's a little bit like you won't be able to help yourself. And I'll tell you why. It's because you've been waiting for this offer a long time, and for some of you that was like a heavy load on your shoulder. You are on the right path, fire signs, but I can tell you your energy is going to be a problem, or even more than that, is exactly how you know the universe is going to test you. Can you be in a Two of Cups with this? I mean, this is crazy, but you're here, you know the problem. Can you be in this Two of Pentacles with the person? Can you do that, you know, while you're building this thing, with your person? Because Spirit, the one, you know, who knows better, knows. Believe me, your counterpart is here that you'll be conflicted, you know, about like being intimate. If you do, you failed your test, believe me. Do you see that to the Judgment card? Oh, you better believe the stuff I'm trying to tell you. Yeah. This year I have to take it for what Spirit is telling me. Can you hear the stuff that she's saying? Believe me, it's a test, you know, it's a way to judge you, you know. And as to the Moon card, believe me, it's first of all like me connecting with myself. That's why I can say this. Spirit telling me, guys, are you listening to the stuff that she's telling you about that Two of Pentacles and that like sacral energy? She knows what she's talking about. She's connected, you know. And this card here, believe me, people, you know, it's a little bit like the idea that you have to leave the sadness or like the negativity behind. Otherwise, what you will encounter is going to be somewhat of like more negativity, people, believe me. To that Moon card is a little bit like if you fail this test here to see how divine you actually really are. And people, I gotta let me finish this sentence, is to test how divine you really are, you know. If you fail it, you're going to be feeling really bad. And this is even a little more than that to me, is the fact that, you know, the light is not going to shine on you or the sun, you know, if anything. And you, fire sign, need that light. In other terms, the universe is going to turn around, against you a little bit. That's what I can see here. Like, listen to the stuff that she's saying. Otherwise, why is that? It's because she knows she's in tune with her own energy. Are you in tune with yours? Do you know what this here is? That's the divine energy. Respect it. And another thing that I'm feeling, channeling to people, this Two of Pentacles here is even more crucial if you're a fire sign dealing with the person that is taken in a relationship, unsure, separated from a wife, married, awaiting a divorce. Two of Pentacles. And I hope that you caught the messages. So let's go on. As to fire signs with fire signs. This year I need to meditate on a second, but I can clarify these cards. I nearly forgot. Yeah, I could feel that, you know. Fire with fire, I know it now because of the cards that came out, you know, at the beginning. Do you understand that you can have this thing right now if you decided to? Believe me, it's the only thing you have to let go of, literally, is like this heartbreak here. You talk about the things from the past, or like that has hurt both of you in a constructive matter, and you let it go. You guys don't even have to wait, you know, to that temperance in reverse. You can have it this here. Just forget about the heartbreak if that's your situation, because I can tell you, especially if you're a woman listening to me, you can literally have your man. It is time for it. And this guy here, he's real and he exists, and he's like spending time with you, eating with you, all that stuff, you know. One last card for fire and fire. And another one. Yeah, you can start like a new thing together. Yeah, one more. Your counterpart, you know, may have taken some time to give you this offer. Well, believe me, he's never been so sure that he wants to give it to you in this cycle starting. And I know it to all of these colors here, you know, believe me, this offer is coming, and this king or this man that exists, he breathes, he lives, he's also coming your way in 2021. He juggled you in the past, that's done. He's coming with the offer that you've been awaiting, the one that's going to unbreak your heart. And I hope that you caught that, fire and fire. I'm amazed like the union card's not here for you, but we saw it at the beginning. I need one last card for fire, fire. This guy, the same guy a little bit that was running away from you, is coming in with the chaser's energy towards you. And I hope that you heard that. The runner has become the chaser in your mix, you know, and I hope that you caught that. So fire and earth. Some fire signs don't even know who their DMs are, people. They're thinking it's somebody else, because they can't see this guy here. You know, this here, the Seven of Wands to like the King of Wands for fire and earth, is a little bit like your person's like right in front of you, and this person may very well be like a water sign, and especially a female for some of you. You're so worried about somebody else that you can't even see who your divine counterpart is, you know, when you should be in this energy here. The person's supposed to show up in front of you and you would like recognize them like directly. You can't, because you're too worried about something else, and we'll see what that something else is, you know. Oh, whew. Fire and earth signs are not playing with this person here. It's not even that you, for some of you, you don't see who your true divine match is, believe me. And for others, it's just like now you've become yourself or like content. But this here is a queen, people, like to the fullest. It's like being by yourself and things is something that you have mastered, you know, for now, for now, yeah. So much so that you just like, this is like even a step before working on yourself. You're planting all the right seeds for you. You've healed. It was a hell of a year. You're ready for this year. Like, you know, let me just set, you know, the whole scenery for myself here, and definitely not worry about you to that strength card, you know, especially if you're Leo. You're like, what? I'm investing in myself, you know. Well, maybe, you know, I know you're my king. I've always known, or even somebody told me, you know, like a seer or something. But at the end of it all, you know, I'm not into you. I'm rejecting you. I got better things to do, you know. I found to my strength. I healed, you know, emotionally. And at the end of the day, the program that you're offering me for the moment, I'm not with it, you know, is what I can see here. And the ones that I'm speaking about, you don't even see a future with your person. You're like, the way he is now, I don't want you. You know, that's like for fire and earth. One last card. Oh, what's going on with me? Fire and earth, you definitely willingly, I can feel it here, though this card is not exactly that. Your person's pushed you, you know, to the point of walking away. Well, now you walk, and I can see it for some of you, like, okay, you never wanted me, you talked all this stuff to me, I'm out, you know. You say you don't want me, well, let me just find myself on the way. That's like you giving him a little bit of, you know, his own medicine, quite frankly. Yeah. Just that, people. And what I'm seeing here for fire and earth is either keep your cool or keep on being as cool as you have been so far. That's working, you know. Keep doing what you do. Fire and earth signs. You're good, you know, because that energy, you know, the fact that you would actually reject your divine counterpart is the right choice to make, people. Stay in that cool energy. Keep working on yourself. So one last card for fire and earth. For some of you, you have children. This is funny, people. I need one more. This here is a particular message for a particular person that's listening to me, fire and earth. You have kids with the person, you know, so don't get the justice system involved in your mix. And I hope that you caught that, you know. You have children together. For one of you listening to me, do not get the justice involved in your mix. One more for fire and earth. That'll be my last. Yeah, you freed yourself, and if you have not, you will. Believe me. A little portion of you is still trapped, you know, and I'm saying this because of all the other cards, especially the strength card, you know. A little bit of you still feel a little trapped. But believe me, you know, it's not going to stay that way, is what I'm here to tell you, and I hope that it makes sense to you for fire and earth in 2021. So let's start with, let's go on with fire and water. That's crazy, you know. Fire and water, you're like advised not to look into the past, or like not to argue about what has happened in the past, you know, because believe me, fire and water, your counterpart was a hell of a magician. It's like, I don't know if you're not more mad at him or at yourself, you know, because the power that he had on you, and he had the stuff that he could do to you, and he has, you know. You're advised to, you know, not go back to that time, or at least not to argue about it with your counterpart, because the things that he has done to you, people, out of this world, betrayal to the point, people, and this is even beyond betrayal, you know. This guy just enjoys, you know, doing what he does and pulling strings and things like that, and he gave you that full program, you know. You remember what I said about some of you just being embarrassed, you know, by the situation? I can feel embarrassment here from the person who was like inflicted all of those things, like, you know, did I really allow this guy to do this to me? Yes, you have, but it doesn't matter, you know, because you can let go of your past. You don't have to let it, you know, hold you back. I'm sorry I have to say that, you know, believe me, it's because of the damage that this guy here has caused. For water and fire, this union is not coming like quite yet, and I'm sorry I have to say this. And you should be careful, you know, because this guy here, if he comes to you, is because of, you know, intimacy. That's what he wants from you. Fire and water. And he's done that many of times in the past. You know, you won't want to, but you have to find yourself in the hermit energy when it comes to them. Do not approach, communicate, you know, even in telepathy, none of those things, you know. Keep your energy solely to yourself, you know. And I can tell you, this thing here is not for now, people. I can literally see it to this card here, is not for now. The Lovers, believe me, the way this card fell is coming, people, but believe me, it's not for now. Be careful, especially if this person calls you. You will mistake, you know, their intentions, or like tries to come back closer to you. You would want to argue about the past. He's coming to get a piece of you, and you should refuse that. And I'll tell you why. Your union is not happening now. Find yourself in the hermit energy, unpenetrable when it comes to this person here, because you know of him. He's straight up magician, you know, and the wrong ones too. Yeah. I'm taking my time to say that to you, but I can tell you some will decide to choose otherwise. And you can see it here. You will lose if you accept this type of energy that I'm seeing here. This here is an advice, you know, to me. In upright, like something very quickly. In reversed, it takes more time, people. You should know it for yourself why it should take more time, but some of you are going to literally ignore the stuff that I'm trying to tell you. You sleep with him, you lose the man again. You thinking you have your union, you weak to him and to the little like manipulation and the game that he plays. You go back, you know, anyways to being a hermit, so you may as well just be a hermit to start with. And above all, you lose the game. And I hope that you heard me, people. Fire and water. So fire and air. I'm liking this. You know the message that I just gave, like fire and earth? Fire and water. Fire and air, you're like the straight opposite. You just know one thing and one thing only. No intimacy if we don't have this union together. If it's not real, you're not touching me. It's like the opposite energy. So that was for fire and water. Fire and air, you on point. Like, you know what? No. You're not removing this clothes or nothing. I'm even like this one here. I don't even think that she would let the guy, you know, even kiss her. It's like, no, you've put me through too much, you know. The union or absolutely nothing coming from me. And if that's not where you find yourself, this is where you're advised to find yourself, you know, in 2021. Fire and air. This is crazy, you know. The connection is real between you two if you have somebody in mind, and your person may very well have been like selfish to you, but it's going to change, people. The connection is real if you're listening to me. Yeah, I can see it too. That Ace of Swords is like, you know, just speak the truth. One of you guys, fire and air, your person is going to get divorced, basically. It's exactly what I can see here. He's going to get divorced. The sun is going to shine for you, and that's the truth. And for some of you, the placement, you know, that divorce is going to happen before this summer here, and I know that that's the truth. So fire and air. Yeah, that divorce is real, people, for some of you. And for some of you, if it's not like a divorce, I can definitely see a separation of some kind, you know, from like an ex, or like, you know, definitely a woman, something in somebody's life. A woman's energy is what I'm feeling here. She's coming for you all. while you will try to build this thing here, after the person has cut her off, she's gonna go off on you people. And this here may be just like sabotaging you, is what I can see here. But she's coming and she's going to tell you some kind of truth, you know, to mess this up for both of you, for you and your counterpart, because she'll hate this very energy here, this type of alliance between you, or you building something together after he cut her off. That woman is not going to take that too well, you know, but I can see a separation here. Fire and air. One last card for fire and air. Yeah, that ex is coming with some kind of program here for you. She will never let go of this thing that's happening. She won't forgive, believe me. You see what I'm trying to tell you? She won't forgive. You know, like, you're going to remove somebody from your mix, you know, fire and air. She won't like it. Yeah, because that person is going to leave you for her, even to that death card underneath, you know, and even to this union in reverse, to that Empress in reverse. She had your person, but now, you know, in 2021 it's going to be done. Yeah, a divorce, people. That's what I can see for fire and air. So let's finish this reading. I hope that you all caught, you know, the messages for you. Oh, I got your card. This here is weird, the way that I'm feeling this, you know, but I will tell you, your energy is that of wands, you know. If you allow it to happen, help is coming. I can literally see the divine helping you, or sending the right type of people for you. Believe me, help is coming your way, people. And what I can see is that you get the chance this year to actually, like, either make friends, or the ultimate goal would actually be to start something new with your person. But this here is the right way to start things. And believe me, you know, sexuality is not involved, intimacy is not involved. We're friends, we spend time together, we talk about, you know, the stuff from the past, but in a constructive manner, you know. I understand you, you understand me. That's how you start this thing with your person, or restart this thing with your person. And I hope that you caught it, you know. One more for you. Spiritual strength. And throughout your trials and tribulations this year, believe me, people, this here is that blind faith. That's what you're advised to have, you know. Have blind faith, and believe me, the universe is there for you, people. It cannot let you go, is what it's trying to tell me here. Always go back to God, people. That's all I can say. That's all I'll ever have to say to fire signs, and I can see it here. Beware of that energy. It's like a little bit like the lovers year, the year of the lovers, as I like to call it this year, because I can feel this energy. Fire signs, you have to be a little bit mindful of that energy. Like, check out what's happening, you know, when it comes to this part of life here, when nobody is watching, and it'll tell you exactly the stuff that I'm trying to tell you here. I got 3, so let's take them. So what do fire signs have to heal? The sadness within, the way you communicate with people, and you go off on them sometimes. And again, do you see that? Your sexuality and anything that goes around it is like exactly where you're going to be tested, or what you have to heal. And I'm telling you, people, you better start things like the right way with your person and display the spiritual strength here, because the sexual energy coming your way is a trap, people, is a test straight from the Creator. And I hope that you heard me, you know. Let me go on. That's crazy, but it says it very clearly, you know. Yeah, create space with your person physically this year. You better do that, you know. This here, believe me, that sensitivity to that magician that I was talking about earlier. Hope I can find him. You guys have to know when somebody is like manipulating you people. That's all I'll say. Just know when somebody's just trying to get in your pants, people. Just know when you're being manipulated because your counterpart is coming with just that. I'm not saying that energy has to be manipulation, but the person you're dealing with, he'll be an agent to the creator, and he will come to do exactly what God, instructed him to do. Show you that you're not ready for this thing here. And enticing you with intimacy, people. That's exactly what's going to happen. And if not, that's the energy that you got to be mindful of this year, people. That magician, he will try to embarrass you again, believe me. Let me go on. Angel of love. These two energies, to me, they cannot be linked. I'm sorry, this is my channel. I do what I want to do. I cannot like connect love and money. I will never be able to do that. Well, I can see, somebody loving you in this year here for some of you. But believe me, start with the person in a platonic way. And for other people, I can see money flowing your way. And some others, I have to say it, I also feel like a little bit of financial difficulties for you here. But to that angel of love, you don't have to worry. These problems, they will come and they will go. One last card to link the two. There are two things that you have to do. First of all, you have to embrace that Queen of Swords energy within you to be able to keep people a little bit like, at like a distant point from you. Believe me, you're going to need her to like, protect you basically from yourself amongst all other things, And believe me, I can see it here. Like the thinking woman is the only one that can counteract that wands energy of yours. It's not in your heart, obviously, because the heart is going to feed that fire, It's in your mind that you'll be able to like tame the fire, if nothing else, and I hope that you heard me, in your mind. And if you remember the stuff that I told you earlier, like this meditation, or like having this like quick moment to yourself where you can go back, to your focus. Exactly the things, that you got to think of, this year. So let me go on. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. I try to keep telling you. Love yourself first and respect yourself enough, to demand more from other people than just like the sexual little, like cheap change that they're going to try to give you. You want so much more than that there. And the best way to test people is to friend zone them for some time. And one more. There is a strong magnetic attraction here. Yeah. I can feel that too, and I will tell you why. It's a little bit like your counterpart is just because he's not ready, but the energy that he's going for is not the right one. It's just like it's not right for you right now, but believe me, he can feel the chemistry too. He wouldn't be attracted to you or wanting, to be intimate with you for nothing. He actually is coming for your energy, fire signs, or her, and I hope that you heard that, But display this self-love here is all I'll say. Stop letting people, like trick you or, manipulate you with yourself a little bit, with your own agreement. I'm sorry, this card's just giants, giant for me. It's only a thought. Check this out. And a thought can be changed. This is about the techniques, of like self-calming that I talked about earlier. It's only a thought, and a thought can be changed. And that's that thinking woman's energy that I talked about earlier. That's where you find your answers, this here. I am not limited by any past thinking. I choose my thoughts with care. I constantly have new insights and new ways of looking at the world. I am willing to change and grow. So that's the message for you, fire signs. That's my reading. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Take care of yourselves, stay healthy, and I shall see you soon. Bye-bye.